Hey, well if you guessing it's me, you guessed correctly. I just say with a stallion, you would swear I was an equestrian. I'ma hit her with that pipe, call that Nancy Kerrigan. Stay on the greenest greens, call us vegetarian.
This game is the Carolina Panthers against Chicago Bears, or at Chicago Bears.
I'm going to take the Bears at home.
I'm going to also take the Bears in this one. They have a good quarterback in Jake Cutler.
I think the Bears win at home too. I say they get like a 24-17 win, but Cam Newton keeps it close.
I'll take them also in the close game. And that game is Buffalo Bills at Cincinnati Bengals.
I think it's going to be close. The Bills have done very well so far, but I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
Going to pick the Bills here. I'm going to start off 4-0.
I think Max has is more and more with an absolute the right idea. I think the Bills will go into Cincinnati and get a 20-20 win, but at home they won't quite blow it.
I'll take the Buffalo Bills here, also who could win the division from the New England Patriots. Next game is Tennessee Titans at Cleveland Browns.
I'm going to take the Browns. I think Tennessee is playing tough, but I think the Browns have hung in with their game so far. I think that we're going to keep it a tight division this year, and the Browns are going to win.
I also am going to pick the Browns over the Titans.
I would have picked the Titans, but Kenny Britt tore his ACL, and I think that's a big deal for their offense. So I think at home, Cleveland, Colt McCoy can get a 21-13 win.
I believe this will be Chris Johnson's breakout game this season and help Tennessee get the win. Last game is the Detroit Lions at Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys are barely squeaking out their wins, but they're at home. They managed to get it done in the last couple of minutes here, at least they did last night, so I'll go with the Cowboys.
I think I'm also going to pick Dallas in this game. Detroit can't hold on forever.
Well, Dallas had a squeaker last week. I think this is the toughest pick of the week, but I think this is, I've been saying since week 1, this is Detroit's year. I think they beat Dallas in the shootout 35-28.
I take Detroit here. I think outside would win you now and say they'll make the playoffs this year. Next game is the Minnesota Vikings at Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City's at home at Arrowhead Stadium, one of the toughest places to play for an away team. Vikings are having trouble finishing games. I'm going to go Kansas City.
I'm going to pick the Vikings here. I think they get one.
This is a close game at home with two winless teams, but I think that Matt Castle has his breakout game of the year, and Dwayne Bowe has a big game. And I think Kansas City is able to, at home, get a 27-20 win over Minnesota.
I take the Chiefs here to get their first win of the season. Next game is Washington Redskins at St. Louis Rams.
The Rams are better than they have been in years past, but I just don't think they can do it. I'm going to take the Redskins.
I'm going to take the Redskins as well. They're looking very good this year, and the Rams just aren't.
Like I've said last week, the Rams will be the first 0-3 team to make the West and win the division in a while. The Redskins, that 2-0 start, they'll be deceived by that. They're not at home, St. Louis gets a 28, and I'm going to say 24 win. In a close game. First one meeting.
Oh yeah, I'll take the Rams here too. Next game is San Francisco 49ers against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Niners at Eagles.
I'm going to take the Eagles in this game, even though I think it's going to be close, too close for comfort.
Gonna have to go with the dream team on this one. The Eagles. Andy Reid's gonna really work with his players, and they're gonna turn their season around.
I like the attitude Max has, but I disagree completely with one thing Mr. Moore said. Vic's playing. I don't think Max is the quarterback, because I think this is one of the most lopsided games of the year. They're not happy about the Giants' loss. I say they get a whopping 45-10 win at home and blow the Niners out.
I take the Eagles here too. Next game is the New Orleans Saints against Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm taking the Saints. They look strong.
I agree. Saints do look strong. I'm going to pick them here. over Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jaguars at home. Gabbert's not really accustomed yet to his role on the team as a rookie, and I think Drew Brees is a fantasy performer of the week, puts up some big numbers this week, I think, and I think the Saints get a 38-20 win against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints here too. Next game is the Big Sports Steelers against Houston Texans.
I believe the Texans have a very strong chance of winning this game. The Steelers' offensive line is banged up. They're in trouble, but I'm still going to pick my Steelers.
I am a Steelers fan, so I'm also going to have to pick the Steelers, but it could go either way. It's going to be decided by a field goal.
I agree that it could go either way, but I think at home, Houston, this is their year to win the division. I think the Steelers secondary will get exposed by Andre Johnson and Matt Schaub, and I think they both have huge games. And I think the Texans get a 31-21 win against Pittsburgh. Sorry, more.
I'll take the Texans here too, just because they're at home. Next game is the New York Giants against Arizona Cardinals.
I think the Giants are looking much improved. I don't think they're going to dominate, but I think that it's going to be a fairly easy win for them.
Upset of the week here, I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
I love the way Max is thinking. I agree with him 100%. I think that at home, I think Kevin Cobb and I think Fitzgerald goes for 200 yards, and I think they get a 20-24 win in a close game that is decided by a last-minute drive for a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree with them. I think Arizona. Next game is the Atlanta Falcons at Seattle Seahawks.
I'm going to take the Falcons. I think they look stronger than the Seahawks.
It's going to have to also go with the Falcons. I don't think the Seahawks will make another miracle run this week.
Seahawks, yeah, they did get a win last week, but Atlanta's significantly better than Arizona, and I think that Michael Turner could go for 200 in this game, and I think Atlanta gets a 24-13.
Yeah, I'd take Atlanta Falcons here too. Next game is Denver Broncos at Green Bay Packers.
I think the Packers are a much stronger team than Denver. Easily.
Gonna have to pick the Packers here. I think they're going all the way.
Max could be right, as much as it pays me to say it. I mean, they're still looking sharp. They did lose Nick Collins for the year, but they had a lot of injuries last year too. But I think Rodgers has another big game, and they get a 35-21 home win over Denver.
Yeah, I'll take the Packers here too. Next game is the New England Patriots at Oakland Raiders.
Oakland looks a lot better than they have in the past. I just have a hard time thinking that New England is going to lose 2 in a row. I'm going to have to go New England.
I'm going to have to agree with what she said. Even though Oakland had a good win last week, I just don't see Belichick letting them lose 2 games in a row.
I'd love to be wrong about this pick, but I definitely think that Patriots don't lose 2 games in a row. But Oakland does keep it close at home when they say that the Patriots get a 31-27 win.
I say the Patriots lose 2 games in a row. I think this game will show that Tom Brady is carrying the whole Patriots team. Next game is the Dolphins at the Chargers.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
I'm going to have to go with the Dolphins here.
Wow, that's an upset, Max, but I have to pick the Chargers. Pains me to say, but I think Miami, they're going to go in 4, and I think that Vincent Jackson, I think he has a big game, and I think they're looking at like a 24-14 win. I think Tony Soprano will be fired by the end of the season.
Yeah, I take the Chargers there too. Next game is the New York Jets at Baltimore Ravens.
I think this is a close one. I think Rex Ryan coming back into his old stomping ground. He's very familiar with the defense. I hope that he can engineer a way to beat them. In this case, I'm hoping the Jets are going to pull it off.
It's going to be a very close game. 2 powerhouses here, but I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. A late field goal.
I agree with Max 100%. I think at home this is going to be a close one, low scoring. I think that Ed Reed could have a 2-interception game, and Sanchez got his worst game of the year. And I think that at home the Ravens get a 13-10 win over the Jets with a last-second field goal.
Last week, Dylan McFadden ran to almost 200 yards against the Jets, so I think we might have the same in the win. Next game is Colts at the Buccaneers.
This is another scenario where I just can't imagine the Colts starting off the year with 4 straight losses. They have to pull one off. They kept it close against the Steelers. I'm going to go Colts.
I'm going to go Colts too. They played a good game on Sunday night, and I think they pull one off here against the Buccaneers.
Even though these surprising the Colts going for Peyton, man, that's the main thing to it. So, and Tampa Bay is a very underrated team, so I think that LeGarrette Blount has a big game, and I say Tampa gets 23-17 win over the Colts in a fairly close game.
I'll just take